Thanks for watching the Council in Brief. I'm Susan Kennedy. We're here with the latest news of the Montgomery County Council. The Maryland General Assembly has wrapped up its 2017 session, where a good portion of lawmakers' time was spent opposing President Trump's agenda. Council members told us where progress was made and how Montgomery County fared in the end. Lawmakers called it a session to be proud of, and Montgomery County Council members agreed. There was plenty of compromise throughout the 90-day period, and in the end, county representatives brought home the bacon.
They brought home more dollars than we've received in the past for school construction and other capital improvement programs, so they did well by Montgomery County, and I'm pleased to say so.
Berliner said this year's session was good for the values held dear to many of the residents of Montgomery County. The state voted to fund Planned Parenthood if the Trump administration ceases to do so, and also preserve the county's prerogatives on issues like the minimum wage and paid sick leave. And to the surprise of many across the state, Governor Larry Hogan changed his position and signed a statewide fracking ban.
We'd already made a zoning decision that didn't allow it. So for us, we didn't need the governor's support, but it's a good thing just the same because neighboring counties hadn't necessarily taken the same actions. So I'm actually glad that he did it and that and surprised, but sometimes you get happily surprised.
Our delegation was at the lead on that effort, and of course, as you may recall, I led the effort here in Montgomery County to ban fracking in Montgomery County. So I was pleased to see that the governor ultimately concluded that this method of exacting natural gas is not exactly something that we should be encouraging in our state.
The General Assembly also moved to allow the Attorney General to pursue legal action against the Trump administration on behalf of the state on issues like health care, immigration, and the environment. The bill also gives Brian Frosch's office $1 million to pursue those actions. In other news, the council has received its annual budget overview from Staff Director Steve Farber. The council is scheduled to make final decisions on the budget on May 18th, with a final vote scheduled for May 24th. In the overview, council members heard the core budget issues they will be addressing over the next several weeks.
The overall rate of increase that the county executive proposed is modest. I think it's affordable. We are really keeping an eye on the big picture outside of Montgomery County right now, because there's a lot of risk to our community and our region from federal budget proposals. So in the backdrop of this year's budget is, what if some of the cuts that we've heard for NIH, FDA, HHS, Department of Energy, NIST, what if some of these cuts actually were to take effect? We would have a big economic impact in this county. So that's it's on our minds, and we're trying to be cautious so as to be able to deal with any potential negative consequences of federal policy.
And finally, the council has approved a measure that would require vending machines contracted by the county to adhere to certain nutrition standards with its products in order to promote better health. Councilmember George Leventhal was the lead sponsor of this bill.
Over a long period of time, I had public health advocates commenting to me that at county service buildings like the Dennis Avenue Health Center, when families were getting access to health care, including children, they were being enticed with really unhealthy snacks that no physician would ever recommend, and that there was a disconnect. I heard the most about it in Health and Human Services facilities because I'm the chairman of that committee, but you know, it'll apply to rec centers and senior centers and all county facilities. It does not apply to the school system. There's a lot of misunderstanding about that. The school system already has all vending machines turned off during the school day and already has very high nutrition content for the snacks and beverages that it allows to be served. So we're really catching up to what the school system did a long time ago.
Well, that does it for this edition of the Council in Brief. For County Cable Montgomery, I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.